Hello, I hope all is progressing well. Welcome to I Don't Know, We Can Talk About It, where we discuss myriads of topics civilly, reasonably, and responsibly. My name is Kevin Dufresne. Our first topic is about 10 situations from an Ed Week polling from teachers about what might keep teachers up at night. As a turn of phrase, figuratively speaking, I don't think it's literal. The idea is the list of 10 from 10 to 1 is indicating what teachers are working with that may be affecting teachers in a particular way, in particular ways. I find all of them quite interesting, and understanding education from traditional and non-traditional perspectives, practically, I understand as well the different levels of conversations that are out of a teacher's control and that really do not concern a teacher, though a teacher may have to actually handle a particular situation or particular situations because of how the educational atmosphere might be. And again, between traditional and non-traditional, I think it's really important to understand not every student is necessarily in a public or private school as one might be familiar with if one is unfamiliar with the schools on the boundary, if one will, catering to ensuring individuals are approaching the working world effectively or are approaching academia differently. And these type of institutions are not always so apparent if one is entering into an educational atmosphere of a country, of a state, of a city, of a town. However one wants to organize the structure of schooling, there is a different scaling of schooling that many might not be familiar with, which embraces different elements of an educational atmosphere, embraces different elements of educating, and those teachers might be dealing with certain areas differently than teachers in schools that might be more apparent to individuals that one might see if one is walking around locally. So I think the understandings are clear, obviously differentiating between educational atmospheres, between classrooms even, and I think any educator has to be able to understand what is in one's control and what is literally out of one's control. And when one is able to navigate those grounds well, to obviously cater as best as possible for ensuring whole human beings are growing well, then one may sleep better at night. Literally. Because I like to iterate, education is really supplemental to life, and individuals approach education to life. And if an individual is able to learn well, then an individual may be more successful in life, in academia, as education is to ensure as reasonably as possible. Areas of the list that are of the variable stage of educating concern a teacher more so as a very reliable individual. Considering being a teacher fulfills many responsibilities that a teacher may have on a resume, may not know the responsibility is so, though acknowledging the full parameters of what a teacher is, may be responsible for, may assist an educator in understanding how valuable the teaching profession may prove for any individual. The best one may do with all the variables. A teacher may not be able to be present in a home, in a local park, in an administrative capacity, in a corporate capacity, in a local hallway to ensure every area is perfect. A teacher may not completely be able to engage with a student because a teacher is not likely the only individual a student has to engage with, to grow well with. And a teacher may be awesome. I feel as though a teacher may find more balance, recuperation, if acknowledging the best one may do progressively, as well as acknowledging the ideas that are uplifting communities, are not only always going to be from one individual, even if acknowledging so, understanding that one individual may do one's best, may be extremely valuable in an individual's life, and an individual will be most likely going through a realm of variables that a teacher may have no control over, though may assist one with having control over, respectfully, reasonably. So it's all educators, individuals working between all levels of an educational atmosphere. Of course, fight for the well-being of the whole person, because the whole person is what will be resulting beyond adulthood, obviously already present, though in however an individual chooses to grow, to progress. So, as easy as that may sound, the reality is the levels of engaging to ensure the successes of an individual as a whole individual happens differently on every level of education. And when the individual comes to a point where self-actualizing becomes more apparent, then the individual will be ready to self-actualized, if not already doing so. Of course, a good support systems greatly assist individuals the sooner the individuals connect with the support systems, and individuals may flourish. Our next topic is about keyboard typing. Keyboard typing is a skill that may prove valuable for an individual looking to work with keyboards in any capacity. Understanding how a keyboard works is helpful, especially if one finds a keyboard suitable for one's hands, for one's needs. The article mentions 2 styles of connecting with a keyboard. I want to make sure individuals are aware different types of keyboards exist, different styles of keyboards to engage different writing approaches using a keyboard beyond QWERTY. So one may customize a keyboard, one may create one's own keyboard. I think when one is able to engage with how one may effectively type, then one may find a keyboard extremely valuable. Additionally, one may have multilingual keyboard sets, so one may have multiple symbols on one key if one is switching between languages through a medium like a laptop or a computer. So one is able to actually engage with typing very, very uniquely, respectful to one's needs, respectful to one's comfort levels, one's approaches with typing. I mention so because any individual may be attempting to understand how to navigate a keyboard. If one does not have a program to assist with typing, learning how to type, one may create a system to type, which I think is extremely important to understand, which moves in line with how customizable computers may actually be. To a reasonable pricing comparison to what may already come complete, one may engage with the customizable aspects of computers through a keyboard to find really good benefits. All right, let's move on to some origami. Now, I have a square sheet of paper. So I'm folding the paper edge to edge, edge to edge. Then I'm going to fold the other side in, point to point. One may see a nice star design now. The next step is to fold in here, pop in, and we're just going to fold in until we get our diamond. Again, if you fold them correctly on each side, you can just pop it really easily. See how it pops out? And for future reference, you can fold in to get the triangle with this nice double flap in. Of course, if you pop out, you get the diamond with the similar double flap effect, because these double flaps are going to help us today on our way to making a standing origami crane. Now we're going to fold in one side. we're going to fold in the other side. And also we're going to fold in the top part. After we fold in these on one side, these flaps, we're going to fold in our top part here. And we'll fold it back and forth. Now on this side, we're going to fold in this flap. The next one here, we're going to fold in this flap. So as you can see, we have these flaps folding in the back. And these sides are matching. We're going to open up these flaps now. So as you see, I open these flaps up. We have our folds to help us into our next form. I'm going to lift up, and then I'm going to press down on this top fold. And as you can see, I'm just going to fold them in here. Okay. Next, I'll turn this around. And I'm going to open these flaps up, and I'm just going to fold it in. Up here. Okay. So, as we approach our next fold, we just double check to make sure we don't have anything that's too overly folding, overlapping. The next step is we're going to fold in here. So we're going to fold in, and once we fold in here, now it looks somewhat like a little box or a fork or a spaceship. You can move in a lot of different directions from here. But what we're going to do is we're just going to fold up. Similar here, we're going to fold up. Now, we have to be careful here because this is when the folding gets tricky. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold here down. That's it. So I'll show it again. We have up here, we're going to fold here down. Afterward, we're going to fold again. We're going to fold in down. We're just folding to the edge. To the edge here. Then we're going to take this and we're going to open it down like this. Okay, so again, I'm going from here now to here. And when I come here, I'm gonna open it completely. Okay, well, here, and we're just gonna fold in this portion. So I open it here. When I say completely, just bring it down here, and then you'll see this edge here. Don't extend it over too much here. Then we're just gonna fold in this portion. So this flap that we have down, I'm gonna fold it in here. Come down here. Yep, then we're going to fold it in here. So we're here, have this portion, folding it here, and we're just going to fold it in here. And when I say here, I mean toward the bottom edge, really. Bottom edge flap. And once you get that bottom edge flap in, you're going to fold it up again. Just like that. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to take this flap, we're going to have it match, it's going to fold in toward the bottom edge, okay? Next, once you get the bottom edge folded in, then you're going to bring the flap down again here, okay? After you get this flap down here, you're going to open it. Well, here, once we're here, we're gonna be here, right here, open it, we're gonna fold it up. It'll meet the edge portion. Then, after we fold up this edge portion, we'll come up here. We're gonna bring it up. Take this edge here. Then we're gonna bring it here. Then we're going to bring it up Okay? So it's a double fold. And now we're gonna take this front portion, this is our front, we're just going to bend it to one side. Okay, so we're gonna bend in. This one side here, bend it in. Okay. And also we're gonna just bend the head of our crane. Once you bend this in, you'll open the crane's head. This is the crane, if you're familiar with it. You bend in the top portion, bend it in. Then you can just take the head portion now. And voila. So then what you have here is your origami standing crane. You see it from the side here. You can pull each one a little bit if you like. If you want to add some more flair, you can do that. And there you have it. Dun, dun, dun. And again, you can add your own variations to any origami if the idea comes to mind. So, I hope you enjoyed making your origami crane. Our next topic, reading physical books, has so many benefits in connection with spatial development, longer than most individuals alive today, the information is around for it. So, today's book is Why We Sleep. The text is a wonderful exploration of the benefits of sleeping. The reasons for sleeping are so important. Engaging with different types of situations for sleep, how sleep may affect one to a degree that may be extremely detrimental, though if one approaches sleep well, sleep may prove extremely helpful for an individual. And I really appreciate the text. I learned a lot about sleep. I find the text is a great reference. So if anyone needs to go and find information about sleep, needs a refresher, the text is very sound to have around. And I feel as though a text of the sort is worth reading again, especially because the text may help one navigate why sleep is important across one's life. And the research, qualitative, quantitative, really proves how the integration of sleep in one's life, personally, as well as industrially, if one will, proves greatly for benefiting more than just an individual personally. I hope you get a lot of sleep. I hope you go to sleep early. Sleep differs for everyone. The requirements of sleep change for individuals depending on where an individual might be health-wise, geographically, and really assessing one's health, one's well-being in connection with sleep may really prove valuable in one's life. So, thank you for joining another episode of I Don't Know, We Can Talk About It. Onward and Upward, Dufresne.